Some early wickets for Alphonso Thomas, backed up well by Craig Overton, has put Somerset in the box seat halfway through their LV County Championship game with Hampshire at the Ageas Bowl, where the home team were asked to follow on. Rain meant that Somerset had to wait until after lunch before they could look to advance their overnight score of 310 for 6. Michael Bates added this boundary, only for Lewis Gregory to depart with an edge cut off Gareth Berg in the day's fourth over. 2 balls later, and Bates, against his former county, was also on his way for 14, Jackson Bird getting one through an immaculate-looking defensive shot. Overton showed the confidence he's picked up just by being with England's one-day squad last week. This went for 6. But the wickets continued to come as Abdur Rahman gave Berg his third of the innings with an edge to Liam Dawson after deciding to withdraw from the shot too late. And it was 4 for the former Middlesex man when Overton got a leading edge to be held by Michael Carberry. In 9 overs, Somerset had lost their last 4 wickets to be dismissed for 346, Berg with 4 for 64. Thomas then made a cracking start with the ball in Hampshire's reply. He began his third over watching Jimmy Adams turn him to Tom Abel at short mid-wicket before the batsman looked at the pitch a little suspiciously. At the other end, Sean Terry carved a short ball from Gregory up and over backward point for a remarkable 6. Only for Thomas to strike again in his next over to remove Carberry for 6, Bates with the catch behind the stumps. Hampshire then slipped to 21 for 3 when Thomas made it 3 in 3 overs to remove Terry for 8, the batsman padding up to a ball angled straight in at the stumps. Overton replaced Gregory and Will Smith drove his second delivery to Gregory. All 4 batsmen now out in single figures to leave the home side on 36 for 4. Dawson did at least get into double digits, adding 29 runs with Adam Wheater before both men fell in the space of 7 deliveries. Dawson under-edged a ball from Overton behind, while Gregory, who'd replaced Thomas, who had opening spell figures of 3 for 15 from 7, was another to benefit from a batsman's misjudgment. Wheater bowled for 13. That left Hampshire on 65 for 6, a long way behind, and it was left to Sean Irvine and Berg to get their shovels out for some digging. They would have hoped that the tea break would bring a change of fortune, and for a while that looked as if it may happen, as these 2 batsmen had few problems in lifting the total up to 105 with a stand of 40. But Somerset were in business again when Irvine on 23 played a shot off Jim Allenby too late and played on. 197 was the target to avoid being asked to follow on, and that was still 66 runs away when Berg was the 8th man to fall after this boundary had taken him to an innings top score of 38. He was then out to a brute of a ball from Overton, which reared up at the batsman, who could only deflect the delivery to Peter Trigo. Overton had 4 when he followed that up with a wicket of Danny Briggs, who got a leading edge to James Hildreth with a total on 147 for 9. And before another run had been added, Bird was another to drag on, the bowler this time Gregory. Hampshire had been humbled for 147, their lowest first-class score in 4 years, and were asked to bat again 199 runs behind. Thomas again used the new ball well to rush one through Adams, who'd been dismissed twice in the space of 3.5 hours. Terry and Carberry were desperately hoping that the same thing would not happen to them. They simply had to show some fight in what was an important battle between 2 of the First Division strugglers. 28 runs were added by these 2 to take the total up to 39. But then Trigo came on and flattened Terry's stumps with his 10th delivery. Both batsmen falling to deliveries which kept low, which won't fill the rest of the home batsmen with too much confidence. They will hope for a change in fortunes on day 3, when Hampshire will go again on 41 for 2 in their second innings, and that still has them 158 runs behind. Somerset are very well placed to record their second win in succession, unless Carberry et al. Can dig in much better on the penultimate day of this match.